YouTube, good morning, how are we? Welcome back. It is Friday today, sun's out. It's a sunny Friday, man. I love a sunny Friday, a sunny weekend, just the sun in general. Right, we'll see much of it this year. Anyway, what we're going to do today, I've got a busy Friday today. So I just launched my group coaching, right, for the first time, my surge group coaching. So I've got all my surgers checking in, checked in yesterday for feedback this morning. So I've got about 25 check-ins today. So it's more than what I've normally got in one day. So busy with that this morning. I'll maybe show you a bit of BTS there. And then I am going to train pool. Got my pool day today. I'm still working on this fucking shoulder injury, man. Bit of a pain in the arse. A lot better than what it was. I'm still finding it difficult to press, but no difficult to pull, and obviously the lower body's totally fine. So I'm just kind of working around it, man. I'm having to press at maybe like, say 70%, 80% of max capacity, just to try and play it a little bit safe. I would rather press at 80% than no press at all. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just having to kind of take it a little bit easy on that side and park the strength progressions for a while. Hence, I can still take progressions across the board elsewhere, but it's mental. I cannot believe how bad that machine's messed my shoulder up. Anyway, we're training around it, that's fine. I won't blab on about that too much. I know you're probably bored of hearing about that in the last video. Diet update. Down to 71.4 kilograms as of this morning. When I came back from Tenerife, I was 74, high 74s, something like that. Obviously, I'm going to be carrying a little bit of fluid and water weight off the back of your holiday. Always remember that whenever you go on holiday. You need to expect a scale weight fluctuation. Even after something like a meal, you're always going to get and alcohol consumption if you're on a bevy. You're always going to expect that wee bit of scale weight fluctuation, and it is literally just water weight. That's what happened there. But body weight set a little bit up, dropped right down there since there. Good 3.5 kilos or something like that. So kilograms. So down to 71.4, and that's me dropped a good, well, if you're doing it in pounds or stones, it's about half a stone. So we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot with the diet, because I am about 8 weeks out from the end of the diet. And I'm ideally wanting to get down to about 65, 66 kilos. So 65 would be really good if I can get into 65. But really, realistically, I'd be pretty happy to see about 66 flat. So just leaner and sharper than what I was last year. Hopefully a wee smidgen more muscle. And get a good, pretty busy weekend actually coming up as well. Tomorrow I've got a brand shoot with Hamza. Shout out to Black Sheep Media. I've got my client Chris coming up to chat a wee bit as well, which I'm super grateful for. I'm so going to grab a wee coffee with him after it. And then on Sunday, what am I doing Sunday? I've got something else on Sunday. Got to see a new Super Mario film. If you haven't seen the Super Mario film, the first one, I would advise you go and watch it. I'm not really an animation type guy, right? I'm an action guy. I like action, non-stop shit. I hate horror though. Not a fucking horror fan. Don't like it. But it's not for me. I actually really like the Super Mario film, and the new one is out on Sunday, so I wasn't going to see that. Anyway, got to polish these steps off, go downstairs, get a coffee, cracked in to the morning up block.
Leg press, I'm going to keep it the same weight for a wee bit. I just really don't want to push anything.
Looking for like, sorry if scale weight fluctuates a lot back, mate. It's always going to fluctuate day to day, but we don't need it to be like skating up at fucking like half a kilo a week, because again, it's just more that we're going to need to pull off. Is going to like use this phase that we're in right now. You've added a fuck ton of muscle anyway, mate. You've added so much muscle and strength over this past, what's it been, like 17 weeks, which is class. It's went well in that sense. And then literally a few weeks more, and then it doubles as a metabolism up regulator, and then it builds a better starting position, mate. Better starting position, better end point. Don't worry about it, mate. I'm always a fan of that, mate. You know I'm always in that camp of playing it more safe than no. Kirsty, all good, man. Don't worry about that at all. Thanks for letting me know. No, that makes sense when I go to look at that and see if it increased. But it was just an estimate. No, that's no hassle. Chris, good morning, my man. How are we doing? I hope you're good. Thank you very much, mate, for getting checked in and getting everything sent over to us as usual, mate. Let's get stuck in. In terms of your data, what you popped in here looks very, very good, mate. 9s, 10s, feedback markers, and obviously progress and lifts as well. Keep in mind your lift progressions are going to get better. They're going to improve as the weeks go on. With your first week, it's kind of like test driving a new car. You know what I mean? You've not really got much to progress. You're just kind of finding your feet with the workouts and that. But see, after that first week to 2 weeks is in the bag, you're flying, mate. Do you know what I mean? You've got those numbers logged, you can progress from there. You don't actually realise the impact and the actual change in your body until you see that boom, boom, like where you started, where you finished. It's fucking insane, mate. And I'm looking forward to a wee chat after it, mate. It'll be really good. Honestly, can't thank you enough, mate. Thanks very much for getting everything across to us. Keep in mind, mate, I know that the first check-in is just always a wee bit of touch and go. You know what I mean? Just because it's obviously not like it's not a whole check-in. You know what I mean? But it's really important just to keep that wee touch point there. And it sets us up, you know what I mean? I don't want you going 10, 11 days without a check-in. Not exactly high food, mate, by any means, but you've been used to very low food for a period of time, and then all of a sudden I'm saying, right, let's go and eat these 240 carb, and like even the calorie number starting with a 2. I mean, sometimes you might be a bit like, oh, but you're safe, mate. You're safe. You're in good hands. You know that by now? You know what I mean? Whew, that was a busy morning. First lot of surge check-ins. Everybody's doing really well off to a great start, man, which is class. So, had a couple of meals there, went a wee half an hour walk. Just walking into the gym now, going to get cracked right into pool. I will go over the sessions at the start, at least actually I'm going to pop upstairs if I've got time, because I need to say it's a no fuck about session today, man. I'm just going to get cracked right in, and I'm going to voice over my exercises for you today, because I feel like you can get a little bit more value with it. That's sometimes quite difficult to actually be like training and chatting. It takes like 5 minutes to walk around the gym, so a couple of minutes, going to get in, get after it, no fucking about. Let's get it done. We are in, taking a wee swig of my new pre-pump formula here, Dr. Dean's. It's actually a lemon sherbet flavour, man. I love anything that's sweet. I actually got this the other day, and I've not really used pre in a while. I tend to just have like a wee can of Monster or a coffee in the morning. So whenever I am going to use a pre-workout, it always tends to be a non-stim, so like a nootropic basically for like focus and blood flow. First movement, which is a single arm D-handle cable row. Absolutely love this movement, no matter what gym I go into, how many fancy machines or different types of machines or rows it has. I personally, for me, cannot connect with my lat any better than what I do on setting up a bench in front of a cable, putting a D-handle on it and rowing it. For lat work, I'm always thinking about leaning over slightly, just ever so slightly, laterally bending the spine into the side that I'm actually working on. Essentially thinking about dropping that shoulder down a little bit towards the floor. That helps me keep the lat almost like packed, and it helps me get it nice and short and keeps the tension on it. So I would highly recommend implementing a little bit of lateral spine flexion, just a wee touch, when you are doing your single arm rows. I'm thinking about scraping my forearm down and along the floor, and then driving that elbow right down into my hip. We are on to the T-bar row, a very good back builder, one of the best in my opinion. Now the majority of them actually have two handles. They have a pronated, but your palms facing completely down towards your knees. As you can see, I'm actually gripping the ones that are semi-pronated, so like basically halfway between a pronated and a neutral grip. I personally find for this machine, this Nautilus one here, which is really, really good. A lever row, sometimes it's called a lever row as well, by the way, but the most common name for it is a T-bar. I personally find that I connect a little bit better with this one when I grip the semi-supinated handles. Just like any exercise, get a bit of a variety of rep ranges in there, so like don't just go 8 to 10, 8 to 10, 8 to 10 for everything. Like you can go all the way down to as low as 6, all the way up to 15, sometimes up to 20, but I do prefer to just cap it at around that 15 mark. Pull day always tends to take the longest for me because you're incorporating single arm stuff. For lats, I personally don't find that you can really get too much of a proper connection on your lats without training them unilaterally. I don't really connect very well with, and I don't actually feel a lot of my clients do either, connect very well with bilateral lat work. So similar-ish to the horizontal cable row, but for this one we are pulling down from overhead. And I'm making sure for this one, some cues for this one, right? And what I'm basically doing is making sure that my forearm aligns with the actual handle of the machine. It should be in a straight line. And again, similar cues whereby I am scraping my forearm down and driving my elbow down towards the floor, not thinking about the hands, not thinking about gripping of course I'm going to grip the handle, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about leading with my elbow and driving that elbow right down into my hip and squeezing that lat. For pull days, I'll normally incorporate 2 different types of single arm work, overhead and horizontal. I didn't quite film the entire workout, but I got most of what I trained here. Moving on to the Cybex incline pull. This is a class machine. This is really, really good for targeting the upper back. I feel it a lot in my rear delts as well, getting that big squeeze right at the bottom. I did do a couple of sets of rear delt flies, and arm curls after this, but I didn't quite get to film those. Again, chest support here, right? So you can see that chest support on this machine is literally holding my body completely stable, so I literally cannot move. And then I'm driving those elbows right down into the floor, big protraction at the top, big squeeze at the bottom. I think sometimes there's that many cues and that much information out there now. A lot of the times that weight training actually gets overcomplicated. All you're essentially doing is stretching the muscle and squeezing the muscle. That's literally it. Stretch and squeeze, stretch and squeeze. It does not matter what exercise it is, what muscle you're targeting, that is always going to be the case. A slightly more kind of technical term for that would be moving it into a short position and a long position, right? So contracting it and lengthening it, contracting it, lengthening it, squeezing it, stretching it. It's the same thing, but that is literally all you are doing with any muscle group that you are training. Well, got after it, man. That was a really good session. Very productive pull session, ticked off. Took a couple of PRs here and there. Brilliant. Gym was relatively quiet, which is always good. So I'm going to walk round through the park. I'm on about, what am my steps sitting? About 8.5k, 9k now. So going to get up to about 12,000 steps a day, which is my daily target now. And then I'm going to golfing later, retail. So looking forward to it. I think the bookings for 7:30 or something. Anyway, so get in, have a wee meal, and then pop over to golfing. It's only over the water anyway. It's only literally like 2 minutes drive. It's a really good week. Well, I know it's not the end of the week yet. Friday, end of the working week. I suppose I tend to just work most days of the week anyway. Saturday's a bit foot off the gas. Sunday I like to get a bit of content done, but very, very solid week, man. Again, my weeks look very much the same, to be honest. Like, I know a lot of people's do, but my days are pretty similar. My weeks are similar, but I love it, man. I love my routine. I love my job. Love making content. So on that note, there's a lot more content coming your way. If you haven't done so already, well, if you, again, as usual, if you've watched the video this far, you've already done me a huge favour. You can do me an even bigger favour by dropping a like on the video, hitting the sub button, and giving the channel a wee sub. It goes a very long way. Appreciated. Catch you in the next one.